Welcome to the Hummel Bowl here on the campus of Episcopal High School in Alexandria, Virginia, where the Alexandria Reds are home against the Virginia Beach City FC. Set to get the match underway here in just a few moments. I want to remind you today's broadcast is brought to you by Potomac Garage Solutions, In Motion Photography, Frank Pepe's Pizza, Capelli Sport, and Kerry Adams Compass Real Estate. Set to get things underway in just a few moments. As for Alexandria, coming off a loss last time out against Annapolis, and talking to head coach Will Hanna, he said that today it's really a momentum switch for them. They're going to try to obviously get back on the winning track and turn things around, and will be doing so with Rafael Machado back on the pitch. He sat out the last match after getting a pair of cards in the match before, so he's back. However, Alexandria is without one of their other big pieces, Chris Barnard, who is out this week but will be back for the next match. So subtract one captain for the other. That's what happened last week, or last match, and that's what's happening here again this match. Should be a bit of a different style for Alexandria as we're about set to get things underway. Nice day right now here in Alexandria. They are expecting rain later, or we are expecting rain later. Supposed to be showers about an hour or so into this match, so we'll see how things go. But right now, the friendly, puffy white clouds are out as we are set to get things going here between the Reds and Virginia Beach City FC. Drew Hartman is in goal for Alexandria, and in goal for Virginia Beach is Jack Desroches. Ethan Stewart feeds over. Roskauskas. Albritton, one of the leaders of this Virginia Beach City team. In looking at the table in the Mid-Atlantic Conference, Annapolis, the Blues, are atop after a couple matches, have 6 points, tied with FC Frederick, but Annapolis has a 13 goal differential. Into some traffic. That's going to be wide. Grove United has one match in and has a 3-goal differential after blanking Virginia Beach City FC their first time out. Alexandria the Rough Diamonds are bringing up the basement in the standings through 3 matches at a minus 24 in goal differential. The Reds, that's going to be Machado, feeds over. Now Yaga. Humid afternoon here in Alexandria. It's ahead there. And
that's good. He's got his walkie. Change your computer. Sorry if I do anything less than
was Kauskas. Now it's right back toward the Reds. Battling for it, Mahon. And over to collect it is Hartman. Hartman playing collegiately at Portland. The goalkeeper for the Reds. Kauskas. Right back to him. Regarded as one of the better players on Virginia Beach City FC.
anytime. Just anytime. 7 p.m.
There's Yaga. Nick Papadis now joining me here on the broadcast as we are in the 8th minute, still 0-0 between the Alexandria Reds and Virginia Beach City FC. What are you seeing so far in this young match?
Yeah, it's still that early stage feeling out process. Both teams trying to figure out what the other's looking to do here, and even from the start, it looks that Virginia Beach City is looking to really sit into kind of a mid block and play out of the back as much as they can. So they'll be the Reds will have to press high to try to break that down, try to put VBC under pressure.
Last time these teams matched it up was last year when Alexandria came away with a 6-0 victory. Of course, different roster, different situations, but still.
It was a big game for Machado for the Reds, though. He'll be looking to do that again today against VBC, especially after having a little bit of a rest last week away from that match as the Blues came to town.
Hartman.
Inch perfect pass there from Hartman. It had to be.
Here's Golden. That's going to obviously go high.
think he thought he was going to catch Hartman off his line a bit there, but well over hitting that.
Stylistically kind of interesting with Machado back and Chris Barnard out, how maybe spatially speaking Alexandria works more from the outside as opposed to a force in the middle.
Yeah, and, you know, Bernard and Aguilar are two really dominant central midfielders, and when you got that much pace with those two guys, it's a different game, and the Reds would really hope to have both of them and add to that as well with having Machado back, but Bernard away on a work trip this week. That's one of the hazards of the league is some of these guys have day jobs, have internships, and so on that takes them away from time to time.
There's Machado. Feeds ahead. And that's going to be Roaches over to grab it. Yeah, and talking to Coach Will Hanna from Alexandria, he said, you know, that's one of the things that we expect. We know that that's going to happen. We talked about it, meaning he and Barnard, and decided that it made sense. And he said also in the spirit of the league, it is a chance to get other guys some minutes, maybe have a little bit of a different look, a little bit of a different scenario to keep everyone on their toes.
Yeah, and it's, again, you talk to it, and that's why the general managers have to build the roster so deep. Leland Creedick doing a really good job with this year's roster. There's depth in every position, and Kai Ignacio played on the wing last week for the Reds. Today he's slotting in at midfield now on the ball.
It's not only a deep roster, but one you can maneuver around. Norris dancing. And that is going to be a save there by Desroches.
Oh, Elias Norris not scared to shoot, as could be seen there. You give him a half foot of space, he's going to take a shot, and he can strike those well. He's played at a really good level for a really long time, Norris.
He tried to thread the needle there in a lot of traffic. But Desroches was focused. Twelfth minute, 0-0. Nice to have you with us, wherever you may be watching or listening from.
Yeah, he's got to see that pass to the left side there. He's got his winger Pope down the left side and not even getting his head up to find that. Bit eager, had the attacking opportunity squandered.
Ignacio. Another save there by Desroches.
That's a good look from Holden Woodings down the right side. He charged forward, got in the right spot, good cross. And Torres almost did really well there. That's a tough position to shoot from, especially going right foot. Bit unlucky to not score there.
McMillan lets it roll back to Hartman.
I think Hartman's done really well his couple outings so far with the Reds. I'm interested to see what happens when Kamari Hardaway gets back.
And it's in the net.
Yeah, it was well done from Norris there. He got in really good space, got on that right foot so quick to put that one away.
Norris netting the goal in the 14th minute. So the Reds looking to turn the tide off to a decent start here this afternoon.
Scored by number 11, Elias Norris.
Yeah, you got to give Ryan O'Neill credit on that one
Scored in the
for his
14th
run
minute.
there and the pass into Norris. Yeah, Norris did a little bit too much there to really give an assist for O'Neill, but that run starts with good link-up play between O'Neill and Aguilar. Ooh, miscued header from Yaga.
Kauskas trying to stick it down the field.
That's that press that we're talking about from the Reds with Aguilar getting out to that no moments piece on the ball.
Aguilar playing it tight, as is Norris, who just came away with the goal.
Oh, and Aguilar, ASA lifer, played from U9 all the way up. Gets to represent his former youth side at the senior level now, as well as playing down at James Madison, going into his junior year this coming season.
Pretty good soccer program down there at James Madison.
It's a program that does a really good job of putting together a combination of local talent along with international players. They really maneuver the state school mantra well. Clever ball from O'Neill in behind.
There's Torres. Feeds over to Norris. Aguilar has it taken away.
Yeah, looking to do too much there. Aguilar is trying to mega player inside the box, try to initiate the contact. You know, it's again the audacity to try some of the things is what makes him such a special player. Really pushing the fullbacks as high as they can, Virginia Beach City. With how much space those outside backs are in, a bit surprised to not see him looking for those long switches of play, much like that ball that Norris played there. You can see what kind of play a ball like that can unlock. You can when you can switch the field with a 60, 65-yard switch like that, and when you got a guy like Woodings on the other end just settling it so easily.
Forecast was saying rain, but it looks rather nice right now.
Yeah, fourth official before the game asking the lightning protocol if there were lightning detectors on site as some storms rolling in, and be using the trusty WeatherBug app.
Very nice.
See if there's any lightning in the area, but so far so good. If anything, these clouds very welcome on that hot turf down below us.
Yes. And they're not the ominous ones. They're the friendly, puffy white ones, the cumulus ones. Petaway.
Yeah, Torres a little lucky that VBC kept going down the left side as he didn't really get high enough to cut out that pass across from center back to center back. But they opted to go the way he was showing them anyway.
O'Neill flips it to Machado. Norris was looking for Woodings.
That one just off the corner flag and out off Woodings' last. And notice the Reds taking a really high line, compressing the space, trying to force VBC to go long.
Tight with it there is Norris being accosted.
You know, you wouldn't think when you see his stature that he's as strong as he is on the ball, but does so well to hold the space and tireless in pressure. Oh, that's got to be quicker from Ignacio. That's again the winger mentality, now tucking in center mid. He's got to be seeing that quicker.
Now here's Norris. Into the hands there of Desroches.
Yeah, you can see Norris's frustration with that ball. It's not the service he would have wanted. He was hoping to lift that a little bit more, a little more spin away from the goalkeeper, hang it up long enough for Aguilar to get there. Yaga charging forward, well out of position there.
21st minute, 1-0. Alexandria has the lead on Virginia Beach City FC thanks to an Elias Norris goal in the 14th minute.
Oh, O'Neill's got to go for that. He's getting in so well from left back position all the way up the pitch, inside. He's everywhere at the moment, but just not the final product. O'Neill, the captain of the UPSL side for the Reds, though he's now been primarily shifted to the NPSL side, a reward for his hard work.
There's a kick, and that's going to be knocked away by Desroches.
Desroches did well to come off his line there. Is really good stuff from O'Neill again to make a run in behind, try to get that one across the face of goal. No one there to tap it home, as Torres was hoping for a gimme goal.
Leaping up there, Hartman.
Yeah, he did well. It actually looked like he had overcommitted. It was a little bit too far to the front post, covering for a potential low or early cross. They thought they could catch him sleeping with that back post cross, but did very well to be mobile and get across the goal. Something that'll be a positive sign for goalkeeping coach Nick Conclu. Conclu, a former player for the Reds, played almost every minute last season, sharing a few minutes with Kamari Hadaway that they'll be joining the team in a couple weeks' time. But he's hung up the playing boots and laced up the coaching boots as he transitions to a coaching role. He also works with the Alexandria MLS Next goalkeepers.
So keeping it in the family.
Yeah, Conclu is a standout player at Holy Cross and played his youth days at Arlington, but been very connected to the Alexandria program for some time now after completing his career with the Crusaders. Good link-up play there from VBC to play through midfield, try to get the pass off the back shoulder of the Reds defenders, finding the space inside. But this is where the Reds will want the ball is in tons of time and space right in front.
Norris moving it toward O'Neill. Now Norris, Ignacio.
Yeah, Ignacio does not look as comfortable in the center of the park as he does out on the wing, and you have to wonder if that might be a tactical change in the second half, get him back in his favored position. I thought he was one of the Reds' best players in the game against the Blues, really used the space well, attacked him behind, and now that he's in the center midfield where he doesn't have as much time and space to run in. Have to wonder if they'll maybe go Debodine at the 6 and push Machado up to the 10 or up to the 8.
Is that also another thing that the league works on, is just players able to work on different positions that maybe they're not as comfortable in? I mean, not always a byproduct of who you have on the roster or not, but maybe just guys that want to check out different areas.
Yeah, it's a bit of both. Game. I mean, by this time in guys' careers, they're pretty well settled in what positions they play, and the ball on for Torres, but Norris a little bit selfish there, looking to keep it. I think if he went outside the right boot to Torres, he'd have been in. Yeah, I think these guys are trying to look to diversify a little bit. But the main thing is they're looking for minutes, and that's the thing that everybody needs. They need high competitive minutes to prepare for their season and in whatever position that may be.
Machado looked to feed over to Torres, but another stop there from Des Roches. He's been busy here this afternoon, Des Roches has.
Yeah, he stayed big there, which is what he needed to do. Torres looking to slide that under him, go for the Meg, but unable to quite pull it off. Didn't get to the ball soon enough. Des Roches did really well.
One of the Virginia Beach City players is down.
Guy's going to go look to get a quick drink, use this as an opportunity to cool off a bit as well, just past the 25th minute here.
Want to remind you, today's Alexandria Reds broadcast has been brought to you by Potomac Garage Solutions, In Motion Photography, Frank Pepe's Pizza, Capelli Sport, and Kerry Adams Compass Real Estate. Also, stay connected to the Reds men's and women's teams by following them online. Visit the website at alexandriareds.org. That's alexandriareds.org for player profiles, and follow the women on Instagram at Alexandria_ProWomen, at Alexandria_ProWomen, and the men on Instagram at Alexandria_Pro_. Yeah, you heard that right, underscore twice.
Looks like a possible calf cramp or hamstring cramp here for the center half for VBC. He will have to come off, having had the trainer come out, but he will be able to re-enter should he be deemed fit to continue.
So Derek Pettaway is the Virginia Beach City player that will walk off the pitch. In Motion Photography is the official team photographer of the Reds. In Motion offers lifestyle and commercial photography and videography based in the Washington, D.C. area. One 0 Alexandria has the lead here in the 28th minute, thanks to a goal from Elias Norris in the 14th minute. Want to also remind you that Capelli Sport is proud to be the Reds' uniform provider for the 2024 season.
Norris is one of those players that's had a productive collegiate career, playing at both Virginia and GW, a product of the transfer portal.
It's only going to get more interesting, the transfer portal.
Yeah, on the one side, you like to see that guys are able to find a program that's a good fit for them. But on the other side of the coin, the big thing for me is that a lot of times you get guys that are just seeking minutes. They're looking for it as a freshman. And if they don't get those minutes as a freshman, they're looking to transfer immediately. There's not that sense of allegiance that you had 5, 10 years ago where players would make a decision for 4 years, or at least for 2 or 3.
Or a chance where maybe you go in, maybe you're not the big stud, so to speak, but you go in, you get some minutes, and then in the second or third year you become the big player, but the coach sells you on the fact that there's some things for you to work on, but you fit into the scheme and into the system really well. And now players, if another coach says, no, you can come over here and be our guy, you may roll. So Nate Newberry is onto the pitch for Derek Petaway, who left the match as he was injured.
Yeah, and that's one that, if this is the end of the season, you might see him try to play through that, give it a few more minutes. So early in the season, though, they're going to be looking to take care of that muscle injury and have him undergo treatment, get the rest, be ready to go for a long season ahead. This match day 3 of a 10-game season, 10-game regular season, that is. Everybody battling for those top few spots. Crafty footwork from center back Yaga there. I think the thing that amazes me the most about O'Neill at left back is his motor. He just never seems to get tired. He covers so much of the pitch, inside, outside. I wish we had advanced analytics and I could see a heat map for where he's playing, because it seems to be everywhere.
There you go. You can work on that for future. Here's O'Neill. Be a nice graphic for the broadcast. You can overlay different parts of the game with that. I think the legions of viewers would enjoy it.
Oh, it's one of those things. The technology and the AI is getting better and better. A lot of times the cameras now are able to pick that sort of thing up. But I don't know that we have the ability to feed that into the broadcast just yet. Maybe in a year's time. We'll
get there.
Have to get with my friends over at Huddle to see if we can incorporate that into the Focus Flex camera we're using today.
Then again, with AI, none of us may be anywhere. Well, that's a whole other discussion for another time. Machado.
It's been a bit quiet so far. Machado, he's hasn't
getting
gotten
back into a rhythm.
Yeah, just hadn't gotten on the ball as much. He's usually very active, and you have to wonder if some of that's the tactics set up by the coaching staff for today to say, he's the key piece. Everybody's going to be looking at him, so let's use him to find space elsewhere.
It's in. Now here's Torres. Works toward Norris. Norris will get it into, or Jack Des Roches will make another stop.
And those are the ones that on the stat sheet go unseen for goalkeepers. He comes off his line well, makes a good save there, but he doesn't get credited with the save because there's no shot taken.
Yeah. There's Ignacio. And there it is in the net again for the Reds.
Yeah, Woodings did well there to get across, and what a ball from Leo Torres. It's just so clever. He gets in that spot. He wants to go to goal, but he knows that the better option is to lay that one off.
So Woodings gets the goal in the 33rd minute. So Holden Woodings gets the goal on the assist from Leo Torres. So Alexandria now up 2-0. Woodings and Norris have each hit the net for Alexandria.
Now, this is where the Reds are at their best, working side to side, creating space down the wing.
There's Ignacio as he takes a shot off of Desroches.
The laser from Aguilar did well to settle that one, tight space, bring it down and get the shot away. That's where the Reds will be looking to find him, right at the top of the 18, looking to float in space, try to get off the back shoulder of the 6 for Virginia Beach.
Albritton. Desroches works it over to Rakowskis, being shadowed by Norris. O'Neal getting tangled up there with Newberry.
Aguilar getting away with one. The new rule could have resulted in him getting a yellow card. They've changed the laws yet again, and now it is expected that you give a player 10 yards. If you do anything to stay in front and delay a free kick or a set piece of any kind, it can result in the yellow. So a bit lenient from the center official there to not call him for that. That's why the trick is go about 8 yards away to make the ref actually have to figure out what 10 yards is. Everybody knows the difference between 4 yards and 10 yards, but between 8 and 10, you might have to take a second look.
Which, with our advanced analytics, we're able to.
Yeah, you know, the football lines, the tool of the trade.
Mm-hmm.
The really telling thing will be the impact of that early substitution for VBC. Do they need to make more subs in their limited windows that they have left? You know, using one, obviously they needed to for injury, but you've got to use those sub windows sparingly. There's no limit on number of substitutions, but there is a limit on the times you can make them. Ooh. Good work from Torres there. Counter pressing, gave the ball away, dropping all the way into midfield to win it back and find a center back.
Albritton.
Comfortably picking the pocket of Woodings there.
There's Norris aggressively coming in. Still sticking with it. There's a kick, and that's going to be in for Woodings.
Woodings returning the favor for Torres there. Torres with the first assist to Woodings, and Woodings returning the favor now. That one, Woodings from Torres. The last one, Torres was, actually, I believe it was the same. That's yes. Woodings' second.
Yeah, Woodings nailed it in the 33rd minute, hit it again in the 38th minute.
About 5 minutes apart. Bags his brace, looking for the third to take the match ball home.
His second goal of the match, scored by number 4, Holden Woodings. Goal scored in the 38th minute.
Here's Newberry.
Number 9, Leo Torres.
Norris. As Machado raced back on it.
A little two-hand shirt tug there.
By Tang.
You know, it's the curse of the broadcaster. I was about to criticize Woodings before he scored his second goal just for being a little bit too inside and a little bit too casual in possession with his passing, but doing really well there to be in the right spot at the right time.
So you weren't pleased enough with his first goal. You were still going to jump on him before he nailed the second goal, and now you're cool.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those, I think the cheap giveaways can cost you in tight games. He gave the ball away one time looking for Ignacio inside, but he's done well to be in the right space at the right time and remedy that. And you know, what a great NPSL debut for Holden Woodings.
Netting a pair of goals as it's 2-0, or check that, 3-0 Alexandria in the 40th minute.
Now, this is exactly what the Reds would have wanted following that 1-0 loss, conceding in the 81st minute to the Blues. You have to assume with the Blues playing the Rough Diamonds twice that they're going to end up top seed to host the final. You know, there's a lot of season left.
I was going to say, the Rough Diamonds are only a couple matches in at a negative 24 goal differential.
Yeah, you know, it'll be one of those. Whoever can close that goal differential of 12 goals in the first match against Annapolis will be looking for an opportunity to maybe host. But at the same time, it's going to be a tough time to try to get into host following that big win for the Blues in their first match against the Rough Diamonds.
Norris. Now here's McMillan moving it over.
Now the other thing that'll be interesting to see with the Rough Diamonds is how they close the gap and how they continue to build their roster as the summer goes on, needing some depth, as can be seen by conceding 24-2.
Yes.
Yaga doing his best Joel Matip impression, coming forward from center back, right on the edge of the area. I'd like to see him have a go, maybe.
Looked like he was streaking.
O'Neill playing the inverted role, tucking in as a second six from his position at left back. Stewart running out of room. He thought he could give him a little rope-a-dope there, pass on one side, run around the other side, unable to get the ball in the end.
Golden and Aguilar making eyes.
Yeah, guys hate getting tackled by Aguilar. He's all of about 5'2", so when he wins the ball off, it can be a little demoralizing at times, especially when you're standing over 6 feet tall. But, you know, again, Aguilar, just phenomenal player in just about every role. Wooding's got a flash wide now to create some width for the Reds as this one goes out to Stewart.
Machado. McMillan. Now here's Aguilar. Trying to make his move, staying with it, but has it taken away. Norris. Newberry works it over to Rakowskis.
I'd like to see the Reds press a little higher there to let VBC out of that situation, pinned in the corner, and get back to their goalkeeper. Switch point of attack is got to be a little bit better. You'd like to see Torres step a tiny bit higher, cut out that back pass.
As Golden was a little high.
Yeah, almost sending that one to the flipping field house here at Episcopal High School.
That's actually called the flipping field house.
It is called the flipping field
using
house.
that as
it
as
is
a
very
spot
much
holder
you can
for
you
another
can
word.
no you can look at it's on the map. It is the flipping field house.
Here's Norris. Works it ahead. Now here's Aguilar. Aguilar trying to work past, but not able to do so, and then getting a hand in there on Golden. Again, Golden getting chippy with Aguilar. The official talking with the Reds, number 23.
The official knock it off. Next touch from Aguilar is certainly going to be a yellow card. He's got to be cautious. He's one of those players that kind of plays on the edge in every match. He's looking to get in. He's looking to challenge for every ball.
Which, don't you need a couple of those players?
Yeah, you know, he can be.
I mean, it's a fine line, but don't you need a little bit of oomph, a little bit of jolt?
Yeah, the main thing is making sure that he's keeping his head as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And obviously that he adds positive things to the match, which Aguilar does plenty of. Stewart able to clear it out.
Could you ask the fourth how much stoppage time?
Minimum of 3. Your attention, please. The fourth official on the sideline.
So there's a minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time
to the first half.
as they're playing here in the 47th minute. 3-0. Alexandria has the lead. Pair of goals from Holden Woodings. Elias Norris with another goal. That's where the match stands. Yaga. Now Torres.
Ball's got to be in front of Woodings from Ignacio.
There's another kick, and that's
What a lovely finish that is. What a brilliant finish with the left foot. Everybody's so caught up watching the play that they didn't even see that Stewart slotting that one near post. You can't get beat to the near post there if you're the goalkeeper for Virginia Beach City, but Stewart does well, and
47th minute.
I think that might have been either Woodings or Torres picking up the assist on that.
So last time these teams played, it was a 6-0 Alexandria victory. And here it's a 4-0 lead for Alexandria.
Goal scored in the second minute of stoppage time in the first half. On the goal, credit the assist to number 4, Holden Woodings.
So Holden Woodings getting the assist on that one, so a pair of goals and an assist for Woodings.
Productive debut. As be a corner here right at the death of the first half.
And Hartman able to make the stop. And that is going to bring us
The score at
to
the end of
halftime.
the first half.
So at the end of one, it's a 4-0 Alexandria lead. Halftime is here. We'll take a pause. Second half rolls your way next. Back here at the half, where the Alexandria Reds have a 4-0 lead on VBC. And we're joined by Leland Creddick, who's the GM of Alexandria. And let's talk about the UP NPSL match, which is coming up after this one. I guess first off, explain what the UPSL is and how it differs from the league that we're currently talking about.
Gotcha, yeah. Thanks for having me. Obviously, great place to be here at halftime, 4-0 up. But to kind of talk about our game later, the UPSL, the United Premier Soccer League, is in the fourth tier, just like the NPSL, competes in the fall and the spring, and we are in the DMV South Conference. So they split the DMV in two. Currently sit second in the table with a game in hand, so things are looking good, and today we host Lynchburg FC.
Now, when you look at that match, what are a couple of the keys? Now, some of the players will play in both matches, correct?
We have a goalie here that will play in that match and one defender as well. It's tough with it being Memorial Day weekend, guys having different plans, but the nice thing is obviously Lynchburg's got quite a trip to get up here, so that plays in our favor. And they're a talented team that's been around for a while. They took a little hiatus, and now they're back. So I'm sure they're hungry to come up here, and we have a little bit of history, so it should be a good match.
A little bit of history. Tell me about that history.
The last season that they were in, which was, I guess, 2 years ago at this point, or a year and a half ago, they did come and take us down in the conference quarterfinals, which was the earliest exit we've had in some time.
Okay.
So, then they stepped away for a little bit, I think, just to gather themselves, and now they're back, and I think the team is kind of made up of maybe a younger group of college players that, are down in that area, and I think, again, they're going to be hungry to come up here and, knock us off our perch, hopefully move up in the table.
Let's look at this match that's currently going on where you guys have the 4-0 lead. Look at a guy that has played well with an assist, a couple goals, and Holden Woodings. What have you seen from him? And obviously the impact he's made on this match has been huge.
Yeah, honestly, great player. Was at UNC Greensboro, just recently transferred to Catholic University here in D.C., so huge pickup for them. I think, he was playing a couple games with our UPSL side and was doing extremely well. Extremely versatile player that is just so dynamic in the attacking third. And, yeah, today he's obviously made us feel good about our choice in involving him. And I think, this is the type of performance that, we'll see him continue to get those opportunities down the road.
And you look at Jeffrey Aguilar. Can be a little feisty, can't he?
Yeah, no. Lifetime red there that, bleeds for the badge. And I think such a technical player. Obviously, I think a number of people probably look at him and maybe discount him. And then when they see him on the field, that elusiveness that he's got, he's able to make up for maybe that size differences in his overall athleticism and just technical ability. Such a class player.
And when you look at Rafa Machado, who sat out last match, now is back for this match, what have you seen from him? We haven't really said his name much here in the first half, but what have you seen from him in practices leading up to this match and so far here midway through?
Yeah, tough to not have him against Annapolis. He went down to Richmond with our UPSL side and helped them get quite a result that day. But in practice, he was really hungry to get back into the mix. I think excited to get back out with this group. And, you said you didn't hear his name much, and I just think that's kind of the type of player he is.
Okay.
He's a midfield general, nothing too crazy, just taking care of the ball, defensive effort just through the roof, and, overall managing the match extremely well, so it's great to have him back.
And lastly, you say about getting Machado back. Well, Chris Barnard, who was the captain for the last match against Annapolis, is not here today. It's kind of just the nature of this league, right?
No, truly, sometimes you have to adapt, and, Chris is one of those guys that's got a pretty busy work life. So, unfortunate to not have him today, but again, gives an opportunity to some other guys to step up, and they've done exactly that. So, really good showing from the group. Super excited to see the second half.
All right, Leland. Well, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that's Leland Creddick right there. And here at the half, it is a 4-0 lead for the Alexandria Reds on VBC. Back with more after this. Second half set to begin here in Alexandria on the campus of Episcopal High School. It's the Humble Bowl where the Alexandria Reds have a 4-0 lead on Virginia Beach City FC. Mugnose checking onto the pitch. James Vandehei for Alexandria. This Roaches, they're able to come out and stop that one, smother it.
It's a family affair for the Reds with Vandehei coming in. Nephew of head coach Will Hanna. Plays at High Point University in North Carolina.
I think High Point's supposed to have one of the nicer campuses in all of the colleges of the United States, I believe.
That's one that I have not been to in my many times through the Carolinas. I've not been to High Point, though. I, too, have cousins that have gone to High Point. What a ball there. Torres, good recognition. Norris, tons of space.
Norris trying to dance with it toward the mid, shoots and scores. So Norris with his second goal of the match.
Just on the brink of the 47th, Norris, a great ball from Torres. Takes on a defender 1v1, straight through the middle, slots it home. That's his brace as well.
Alexandria goal, his second goal of the match.
So Norris with a pair of goals, 47th minute and 14th minute. Holden Woodings with 2 goals, and Ethan Stewart also with a goal. That's how the Reds have grabbed their 5 so far in this one.
Not letting off the gas there are the Reds, just showing that they're not done. They're looking to make up for a rough weekend with a result that they wouldn't have wanted against Annapolis. They, as you got later on in that match, it looked as it might have ended level, ending 1-0 for the Blues with Leo Palomo getting a header late on. This could be taking the Reds to 2-1-0 on the season from the looks of it, though there's a lot of time left to play.
Will Hanna said, when I was talking to him before the match, the head coach of the Reds said that really today was about changing the momentum back, about getting the swagger back a little bit after last weekend. And so far they have, but to that, you would think even though they had a good first half that the Reds would not come out sleepy here in the second half, and they didn't.
Yeah, scoring in the first 2 minutes of a half, whether it's the first half or second, gives you some momentum and kind of drains the life out of the opposition here. I think they would have thought they were coming into the second half, fresh opportunity, and Elias Norris really having other ideas for that. You can also tell, the Virginia Beach City committed numbers high, looking for something. Stepped right on the ball.
There's Stewart working it over here to Ignacio. Stewart shoots, but wide.
Yeah, he's got to drag that one across the face to the back post. Hope that Norris can tap it in, or maybe if he puts his laces through it, he can get it to curl away from the goalkeeper just a bit from that position. It's one of those situations you have to shoot. You're expected to shoot, but the near post is almost always going to be covered by the goalkeeper. That's got to be something that will.
Jarvis. Zach Jarvis wearing number 17 for Virginia Beach City.
In late there on Woodings. Woodings beat a teammate with a bit of skill, and Jarvis was having none of it. Oh, well done from Ignacio to break pressure there with the outside of the boot. Too much from Norris. Got away with it, but a bit fortunate there.
Vanda High. McMillan. There's Aguilar. I want to remind you, today's broadcast is brought to you by Potomac Garage Solutions, In Motion Photography, Frank Pepe's Pizza, Capelli Sport, and Kerry Adams Compass Real Estate.
This is the first leg of a doubleheader for the Reds today. UPSL game coming up after this. You heard about that at halftime. And it's really been impressive to see some of those guys from the UPSL environment come into this NPSL environment and just fit in just perfectly. They already know the system. The UPSL head coach, Matt Curtin, is the assistant coach for the NPSL team, so really good ties between those groups.
You said Curtin is the goalkeeper coach, right, that played here for
That was Conklu.
eons?
Conklu is
Okay.
the goalkeeper coach. He does work with the UPSL goalkeepers as well.
See? Had it a third, right?
He's the Reds goalkeeper coach extraordinaire, also working with the women's goalkeepers for the WPSL team, who have quite some time off. They got about 3 weeks in between matches.
Is that good or bad?
It's a bit of both. You know, there was a little bit of shakiness in that first match, so it does give them time to build a little more chemistry, figure some stuff out, get ready to go for their upcoming campaign and season ahead. But at the same time,
You're just going up against each other all the time. It's
you're
kind of old.
yeah, you don't really have the level of competition to quite figure it out just yet. So it's kind of that tough spot. You'd like a 2-week layoff, but three can be a real challenge.
Mm-hmm. There's Golden.
I think he's been good for VBC today. He's
Golden.
he's been involved a lot. He's gotten in good areas of the pitch. He gets on the ball. He seems to find time or make time, even when it doesn't exist. Oh, that's great turn of pace there.
As Norris
Yeah,
tried
Golden
to
had seen
change
enough.
his trajectory. Didn't work.
And
His angle.
again, that's where Golden had seen enough. And again, that's a player that knows the situation. He knows where he is on the pitch. He knows that his back line is going to be in trouble if you keep getting Elias Norris driving through the middle, and lifts him, takes the foul, and moves on.
And Kittner. Will be another whistle.
Showing off his range of passing there. Vanda High trying to get that one in behind.
Scooped up by Hartman.
Safe basket save there. That's that's one of those you're happy when you're playing on turf on a shot like that. On grass, that you can hit one little piece of grass and take a slight turn. So it's one of the many reasons that the Reds will be happy to be on the beautiful field here at the Hummel Bowl.
On the campus of Episcopal High School here in Alexandria, Virginia.
The new home this season, and you got to say it's a big improvement and change from the atmosphere perspective, where you're able to do and see so much more. And we have this lovely press box angle for you and I, Dan.
Yes, helps immensely. Being able to see the action, close to the action.
Number 6 is going on for number 23. 56th minute.
So it looks like Maxwell DeBodine
Substitution in the 56th minute.
will be coming in for Alexandria.
Entering the bench, number 6, Maxwell.
As Aguilar checks out. Looks like he might have had an issue with his nose.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those, I think it's something he would have battled through if this is a 2-1 game or something of the sort, but at 5-0, just past the halfway mark, there's just no need to push guys' minutes. Can save them for another day. Norris eager for his hat trick. It's a race between him and Woodings for who's taking the match ball home, but it looks...
Golden saying nay.
It also looks like both of their days might be done from the subs that are being prepared for the Reds. Well done in tight space there for a couple defenders for VB City. Finding Albrighton in tons of space. Looking for that probing pass, just wasn't on. Oh, not a bad idea. Ignacio with his hands up saying, I could have found that pass better than you, Torres, asking for the ball.
Rodriguez there for Virginia Beach, though.
Oh, that's a bit soft. Norris's hopes at a hat trick come to an end with a couple changes for the Reds, but hopes still alive for Holden Woodings for his third goal as Sharif Seka and Papa Torre come in. Torre, an alumni of Episcopal High School, so ties to both the team, the club, and the community here.
It's important, and he obviously feels comfortable playing here and in these environments. So Norris checks out, as does Torres for the Reds. (5-0). Alexandria has the lead. Virginia Beach City FC in the 60th minute.
5 in Drew Hartman's wall here with O'Neal just a shade off the outside of the wall.
There's Golden, and that's going to find the back of the net.
It's Well struck from Golden. It's got pace, it's got power, it's got placement. And Hartman a bit unhappy with that one as he wishes he had put his wall a shade to the left.
Virginia Beach City FC goal. Scored by number 6, Zach Golden. Goal scored in the 60th minute.
Number 10 is coming on for number 9 for Virginia Beach. 60th minute.
Virginia Beach City FC substitution in the 61st minute. Leaving the match.
Jack Coppice enters for Virginia Beach City. Coppice wearing
Entering the match,
number 10
Jack Coppice.
as Coppice comes in for Mayon.
Looked as if that was going to be an opportunity for Ignacio there, just wide.
Golden firing toward Kuttner. Vanda High.
Kuttner unhappy with that call, being called for being in an offside position. Does not agree with the linesman.
Gave a long look toward the linesman.
Lovely ball from Ignacio.
There's Seca with it for the Reds. Moving it over to Ignacio.
Too much from Seca there, trying to play Stewart in on the back heel. Ooh.
Off the top. And that's going to find the back of the net from DeBordine.
Yeah, walked that one in. Good ball from Seca there, I believe.
Yeah, it was Seca to DeBordine. Both players that haven't seen too many minutes, but come in and already make their presence felt.
Yeah, and Woodings will be a little unhappy to not get his hat trick there, rattling the woodwork.
Number 6, Maxwell DeBodine. Assisted by
So it is a 6-1 score with Alexandria on top.
64th minute.
Machado has it taken away. Shot will be high. Here's Vanda High. Works it over to Stewart. Racing in there was Rodriguez, but the Reds will stick with it as Seca unable to connect there with Torre. Capelli Sport is proud to be the Reds' uniform provider for the 2024 season. Nice to have you with us on a sunny afternoon here in Alexandria, Virginia, on the campus of Episcopal High School, the Hummel Bowl. Nice stop there by Jack Desroches. Golden. Machado works it to Torre.
Torre's eyes lit up there through the center of the pitch, looking for his at his home field.
He had a little space, too.
Yeah, I think he takes one more touch, he's in a great spot.
Vandehei racing after it, as was Kalpas.
Vandehei shielding well, had to use his pace and get across that. O'Neill inside again, basically playing as an extra midfielder, overloading the midfield. Licensed to do so from Will Hanna and staff. They know he's got the pace and the energy to get back as well. And, you know, it just shows that not all top players play Division I or play even at the at the NCAA level. Ryan O'Neill played his college career at the club level at JMU, and he's come in and just been a key piece. It just shows he probably had tons of options and opted to go to the school of his choice rather than to go to play.
And sometimes you have to do that, make a life decision.
And that's again where now with the transfer portal, it's not as important as it was a few years back. Good overlapping run.
Sticking with it. Couple saves there for Virginia Beach City.
Block after block after block.
I believe there were 3 chances there for the Reds.
68th, neither Seca or Torre could get on the end of it.
Yeah, the college landscape will be really interesting to follow here in the next few years. Of course, the Pac-12 all but going away after last night's baseball championship going to Arizona. It's all but dissolving because the teams have gone to other conferences.
Tight footwork from Ignacio. He's kind of grown into this game as a central midfielder. Torre robbed by the assistant referee's flag as Seca, a nose offside. Looking to take their set pieces as quickly as possible, Virginia Beach City. They're looking to get on with play. They think that they've got the best opportunity to run a play through this man, Golden.
Golden feeds over to Rodriguez. Now Kuttner will have it as he goes to work. Changing direction, back over to Rodriguez in the corner. Being shadowed there by Stewart. And it looks like a pair of players will be entering for Virginia Beach. Matt Brown has gone onto the pitch. and Josh Vincent as well. And for Alexandria, like Maria is coming in.
Yeah, Machado will make way. His day is done after 70 minutes. A good first outing back, though knowing him well, he's going to be unhappy with that. Would have been looking to either get on the score sheet or find an assist in a match like this, as open as it's been.
But in talking to Leland Credit, the GM of the team at halftime, he said that we really hadn't been saying Machado's name a lot, but that Machado has the type of personality that's not necessarily a bad thing, that he can facilitate a lot as well.
Yeah, he's one of the calmer heads, and I've had many conversations with him. As Morera looking for his first touch, but I've had many conversations with Hoffa about a lot of different things, and he went through a tough injury back in the fall, missed some of the fall season with an ankle injury, trying to figure out what he was going to come back and do, what that was going to look like for him, and the only constant that he knew was he was coming back to the Reds this summer, and he's the captain for a reason. He's just a natural leader, great personality in the locker room, and great personality for the team.
'72nd minute, 6-1. Alexandria leads Virginia Beach City FC. Entering the day, Annapolis Blues FC atop the table with 6 points through a pair of matches. FC Frederick also with 6 points through a pair of matches, but Annapolis with a plus 13 in the goals differential department.
Yeah, it always helps when one of those is against the Rough Diamonds, and I think that everybody's goal differential will be climbing as the season goes on.
Stewart.
Yeah, it's a bit harsh, I think, for the referee to call that in favor of the Reds. Deboudin lost his footing, and VBC punished for it. Not that there wasn't contact, I just think it was as much through the Reds' own doing as it was through the work rate of the opposition. That one allowed to trickle through. Seka knew he was offside there, decided to just let it run all the way to the goalkeeper. Great work from our ball kids today as they get that ball right back in play in quick order from the youth program here at Alexandria Soccer Association.
Torre. Now Seka.
I don't know if Torre left that one for Seka on purpose or if Seka just took it off his feet. Audacious effort from Morera. Inverted roll again from O'Neal as he gets yet another touch. And he's going to find space again. So active. It's got to be, it's one of those days that he'd be in conversation for man of the match if you didn't have two guys on a brace.
Here's Stewart. Hartman.
interesting system of play choice from the Reds. They know they've got tons of space, and they're pushing players up.
That's Seka. There's a kick, but it's knocked away as Torre didn't quite have that one placed.
Torre, opportunity after opportunity with an empty net, and both times being denied by a block.
Here's Kuttner. And Hartman will grab it for the Reds.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little sloppy from both sides. There's a lot of action east-west. And everybody's kind of letting the play happen, looking for a ball in behind rather than just playing through the middle.
Here's Torre. And again, Desroches making the stop that time, so Torre not able to make it count.
These are opportunities you got to seize if you're Papa Torre, with everybody watching, all eyes of the coaching staff and management team on what you do in every moment of these games. And you know, in a game like this where you lead by 5, you can get away with giving up one of those. In a tight match, it might not be as fortunate. Silky turn from Seka.
Torre sticking with it. Seka. And pushed away there by Desroches.
Had to punch that one away with Woodings looming at the back post.
Woodings already with a pair of goals here this afternoon. Nice job there of Stewart getting in and closing off Kuttner.
Will be a corner kick for VBC.
It's like Brady Wise.
It will be left by Wise, as this might be something from the training ground.
Look like Zach Golden.
And it is going to be something from the training grounds. They look for something short.
Into a lot of traffic. And now you see pushing. Zach Golden in on that along with Seka.
Calmer heads prevail as O'Neill, experienced in his role as the UPSL captain, comes over and removes Seka from the situation. Desroches, all the way up from the goal, wanted to get involved in that action.
So they're going to sort it out. Looks like the official is going to talk to Zach Golden.
Yeah, I think he's
Seka.
Certainly going to the pocket there. Oh, that's a surprising call there to give a yellow to Golden and a red to Seka.
And Seka questioning the official, trying to explain as he walks off the pitch.
Your attention, please. A yellow card caution has been issued to Virginia Beach City 6, Zach Golden. That card occurs in the 80th minute. A red card has also been issued to Alexandria's number 7, Sharif Seka, also in the 80th minute.
Still a lot of sorting out to do for the officials.
Fans get nothing but the best for your garage with Potomac Garage Solutions. Transform your garage space into the clean, organized, usable space you want. Potomac Garage Solutions can help you create more space in your garage. You can use this space for parking your car or transforming it into a gym or home office. Visit PotomacGarageSolutions.com for more information. Also, In Motion Photography is the official team photographer of the Reds. In Motion offers lifestyle and commercial photography and videography based in the Washington, D.C. area. So it is a 6-1 Alexandria lead over Virginia Beach City FC in the 82nd minute. Still trying to sort out the scuffle. Looks like the officials still chatting about it. Mentioned that this match is being played at the Hummel Bowl. It was part of a gift to the high school by the parents of Fred Hummel, who was a jet fighter pilot, lost his life in a training mission in Air Force maneuvers in Nevada just before he was getting ready to go to a tour of duty in Korea. That happened in 1952. Of course, we remember him on this Memorial Day weekend, time of reflection.
Bit of an odd restart decision from the official to be an indirect free kick, or actually it looks to be direct as he doesn't have his hand up, from just outside the 18. Usually on anything like that that's off the ball, you're going to give a drop ball there.
And it looks like Zach Jarvis hurt. I don't know if it initially it looked like maybe his knee. Now maybe more on the ankle side of things. He's going to get up, be helped up by Papatore.
Yeah, he's going to take a couple steps, see if he can work this out and continue on, but
he's limping pretty badly, but he's not limping toward the tent. I was wondering if he's going toward the flippin' field house, but does not look so. So he's going to try to stay in.
good little layoff there. Vandehei does well with the tackle. Only half clear, though. Good recognition of the space from Morera to get a little something out of that. I wonder if he recognizes that both his boots have untied laces.
I don't know that he does notice such matters because he's not doing anything to remedy them.
Either he recognizes, is unconcerned with it, or unaware.
Probably take the second. Because wouldn't you be concerned if you had laces loose on both sides when you're running around?
You know, it's interesting. I've seen more and more players playing with either no laces in their boots or untied. You know, it depends on all these new models coming out from Adidas and Nike with the newest and greatest technology to keep play tight. That was a bit interesting there.
Kuttner taking a tumble. gets up and smiles.
Yeah, I don't think he was ready for Stewart's little cutback with the bottom of the foot. He thought Stewart was going to go with the turn of pace forward. Wooding's looking for it as he made a run, and a little wry smile to his teammate.
Stewart was trying to find Woodings there at the edge, but didn't quite have the timing perfected.
Yeah, it's a tough finish from that space. You got to go with the left foot, back foot from that side on the cross, but you really have to open your hip right at the moment that the ball comes in. It's a difficult finish. It would have been a spectacular goal to complete the hat trick had he gotten that one there.
Rodriguez trotting down the pitch.
Cutner a little slow with the ball there as tired legs are starting to show with only 4 minutes left in regular time. I imagine we'll have quite some time added back, though, following
The scuffle.
the complications surrounding that kerfuffle.
It's one way of putting it.
Reds preparing another substitution here. Late on. It's likely one of the last changes of the match.
It looks like the Reds are going to bring in number 14.
Yeah, Greg Nareau's a big piece in the UPSL side. He's impressed Coach Will Hanna so much. He played the USASA Open Cup with the NPSL team as the Reds fell to Christos in that one on penalty kicks. So he comes in having high expectations. Born in France, had to get a first registration document from U.S. Soccer to be able to play here today.
France will be having the Olympics in a couple months.
And unfortunately, you won't be hearing the melodic tones of either of us on those broadcasts.
Speak for yourself. City of Light.
It's a good read from Van de Heij there. If he didn't get around the forward and get a touch there, it would have surely been a shot on target for Virginia Beach City.
Five-goal lead for Alexandria.
Final minute of regular time is looking to go short but slipping. Strong hand from Hartman.
Hartman's had a pretty good match. He was frustrated with the lone goal that he gave up so far, which he wouldn't be, but he'd rather pitch a shutout. Looks better.
That's one that you'd like to get a look there from a different angle to see how his wall was set.
Minimum of 4 minutes of stoppage time
Your attention, please.
to be added on to the match.
As indicated, there will be a minimum of 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Here's Van de High. Cutner got tangled up there.
Things have looked fairly even since the Reds went down to 10 men, and it looked fairly even in the first half when Aguilar was out, and you have to wonder what the scoreline would have been if they had been down a man for a little bit longer. Stewart did well, get that one clear, but Torre bit off the pace, trying to get that one to Debodine.
Brown. Racing over on that was Vincent. Hartman sticking with that.
It's an incredible save from Hartman.
That's Brown. Took that kick, and then one of the Reds players is down on the left side of your screen.
Yeah, it was late on the second ball as Morera cleared it.
Booking to number 12, 93rd minute.
Brown going in the book for that one in late. Had to get something on it, had to challenge for the ball, but called nonetheless.
Virginia Beach City FC is number 12, Matt Brown. That card occurs in the 3rd minute of stoppage time in the second half.
Van de High. Hartman clears it out. Move there for Des Roches, but if he didn't time that perfectly, Torre was lurking in that same vicinity.
Yeah, Torre just not the luckiest man today.
No.
Keeps getting in the right spot and the right moment, just can't quite get the final product.
Debodine.
Ignacio wishing the ref was not in that spot as he looked to wrap his foot around it and looked at the ref and said, "Why are you playing as an extra man there?"
And so that will do it for this match. A 6-1 victory for the Alexandria Reds over Virginia Beach City FC. So a nice bounce back for the Reds after dropping the match last weekend to Annapolis.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you'd want to see. And Coach Wilhanna saying that this group is a good level of competitive. They're not cocky. They're not frustrated from last week, but they're hungry to get back on the score sheet. And picking up their second win of the season here is really what they would have been looking to do, and doing it in commanding fashion with a 6-1 tally.
Momentum was the key that Will Hanna, the head coach, had talked about before the game. Wanted to change the momentum. I think they did that here today.
Yeah, anytime you put 6 on the score sheet and have a couple guys on a brace, it's gonna build some momentum. These guys are going to really be looking to grow into their upcoming matches. They head down to Grove United coming up pretty soon, and that's always a tough one just given the distance of the trip.
So that will do it for our broadcast here today. The 6-1 victory for Alexandria. Pair of goals for Holden Woodings, pair of goals for Elias Norris, also Maxwell DeBodine getting in on it, as well as Ethan Stewart, player that really stands out for you on the Alexandria side?
Yeah, you got to say Holden Woodings, getting a couple goals involved and a couple others. And it's his NPSL debut. You come out and you make an impression. You not just show from training why you should be on the pitch, but you go out and back it up with doing it in a match. And you got to expect that he'll be a regular in this side over the upcoming games.
And Zach Golden netting the goal for Virginia Beach City FC. Today's Alexandria Reds broadcast has been brought to you by Potomac Garage Solutions, In Motion Photography, Frank Pepe's Pizza, Capelli Sport, and Kerry Adams Compass Real Estate. Our next Reds broadcast will be in a couple weeks on Sunday, June 16th, as the Reds host the WPSL NPSL doubleheader beginning at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Hope to have you join us in person at Episcopal High School or right here again on Huddle for the women's broadcast with the men's broadcast on YouTube. For everyone that put this broadcast together, for my broadcast partner Nick Papadis, I'm Dan Lang saying have a great weekend, everybody.